sister. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm kind of worried
Why?
because we've got a hurricane hitting Louisiana. Yeah, right. It's a tropical storm now, but then we got Manhattan, New York, just lost electricity at 6 o'clock. They're not going to get electricity until 10.
Mm,
Isn't that crazy?
mm.
So they don't know why it went out. They don't know why the power went out. So they're trying to
Wow.
figure that one out. But I'm thinking probably the heat.
It's possible,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. Got a lot going on in this little world of ours.
I know, especially this year, right?
Yeah, yeah, a lot.
Crazy
But
year.
yeah,
Well, can you see how the sun is up there?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
check this out. The moon is right there, higher up.
Oh wow,
Crazy, right?
yeah.
Mm.
It's ready for nighttime.
Yeah, that's true.
It's almost 8 o'clock here.
Is it still light outside or?
Yeah. Oh yeah, girl. It ain't gonna get dark till 9 o'clock.
Oh, okay, okay.
But we did have thunderstorms, uh, thunder earlier, but with no storm,
Right.
no rain, just thunder.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So it's invisible.
Yeah.
So
The
what's
invisible.
going on? What's on the agenda?
Um, I don't know.
I know I mentioned to you earlier that I wanted to talk about something, but I can't remember because I didn't type it or write it down. I mean,
Oh, jobs, girl, jobs.
okay. You want me to
Let's
start?
talk about. Yeah, you go ahead.
Well, I will say this. Uh, Me and my sister, we did a lot of crazy things. So, when we were 13, we decided we want to work at Wendy's. Now, this is in St. Louis, Missouri. So we told them we was
Yeah.
16. Back then, they couldn't figure out, find no records or whatever. We still got paid. But we just wanted to work there for a couple of weeks so we can buy some clothes for school or going out or whatever the case was.
Yeah.
That was the reason why we did it. But uh, somehow, some way, it's not on our record. Of course, it's not because we didn't give them any social security. What's your social security number? I don't know.
I don't know, and I don't care to know right now.
But let my sister tell you, she'll say that's our first job, but no, not really, folks. I'm gonna tell you, we had another job before that. I think we were 11 or 12. We decided we want to steal my mom's car, or I did. Now we already told you the story, but we didn't tell you the repercussions afterwards. So we had to do 30 hours of community work, and our first real job was at the YMCA. What?
Yeah.
Talk about YMCA and my sister following me, and people got to drag her out, but she had a YMCA job.
I completely forgot about that.
That's the first
Oh
job.
my
We didn't get
God.
paid, but it was a job. Damn it, we
It
was
was a
lifeguards,
job.
and she was a lifeguard.
Yeah.
Go figure. Thank God
Well,
mom had good friends like that.
okay. Oh my goodness. Because that from the age of 6 to the age of 12, I think I learned something. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
just a little tiny bit of something.
Right. Talking about she'll never go on the diving board, get in the deep end, but she's still gonna be a lifeguard.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll wait till you hit the water, then I'll go in and help you out.
Right, right. You mean get on top of closer to the edge where you can drag them out from the
Yes,
side?
yes. Uh, Throw them the little dinghy.
Right. That's how you gonna save them.
Yep.
Uh, or blow the whistle and get another lifeguard. Hey, somebody in the pool.
Grab her.
Like
Grab her and I'll
spectrum.
go get the dinghy.
Right, right. Anyway, I just wanted to make it funny, but but really, our first job was when we were 13 and we were working at Wendy's, and it was fun, But at 13, shoot, that was hard work. Cleaning,
Yeah,
cash
yeah, well,
register, talking to people, getting their orders.
cooking. Yep,
So,
yep. And the manager always sticking us out front instead
right,
of uh, instead of somebody else. I
right,
wanted to learn how to cook.
right, exactly.
I couldn't
So,
even learn how to cook. No, you go do the cash register. No, I want to learn how to cook. No, go do the cash register. Okay.
right, right. But anyway, you talk about some jobs because I could talk about a whole bunch of jobs. Look, we just like the Jamaicans and the Mexicans. There it is.
Oh,
We need to
okay.
have more than one at
Yep, we
the
do.
same time.
Yep,
So,
we do. Uh, we'll be right back, folks. Sorry about that, folks. I had to take care of a few things.
not to
But
mention, my grandson is here, so I had to go check on him in the swimming pool. That little boy,
he's so
a
adorable.
handful.
Yeah, yeah. But I was going to talk about my most fun job. My
Oh, your
most fun
funnest
job.
job?
Yes, that's right.
It's my Ebonics. Okay,
Um, it was working at a bar. So
which
the
one? Which one? The one I came to?
Kilimanjaro. Yeah,
Loved
Kilimanjaro.
that bar. Loved it.
Yeah,
I only went
and
there once, but it was the bomb when I went when you were there working.
yeah, yeah, it was fun. I had so much fun there. We had all kinds of party nights, like reggae night and jazz and
I'm sorry. Hold on, because they're trying to get out, and I need to go tell them to turn him around. Are you guys getting out? Okay, I'll be right back. Yes. I'm sorry about that, folks. So I had to get my grandson out the pool. He was scared to go over the ladder. You know, it's an above ground pool, so you got the ladder that goes over the pool. So my bad. I'm sorry, Dre. Go ahead, sister.
we're back.
Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, this nightclub slash restaurant was so fun. It had so much going on with it every weekend night. And remember your birthday party?
Girl, that's the only time I went, y'all, and that's what I was saying. That was the most excuse me, funnest time I had ever. It was
Yeah,
so awesome.
we
My
had.
sister threw me such an elaborate, well, I call it elaborate. I think I was 22. Yeah, 22. And she threw me such a awesome party. All my old friends that I hadn't seen in years because I moved to California and came back to visit them when I was 22. So that was like, anyway, in that year. And, and she surprised me. She said, "Oh, I got to go to the job, and I said, "Okay, well, we could go there. I want to see what your job is." And she was working. Next thing you know, I see my friends, and then my friends that was in a music group, she had them on stage on the other side, and then it was such a, oh my gosh, Dre, that was so awesome. Then they had this, it was all, what was that, Indian food?
Yeah, it was Ethiopian food.
Oh, Ethiopian food. Oh my gosh. Awesome food. Oh my gosh. It was so awesome. Thank you so much, Dre. If I ain't
Aww.
never told you, I'm telling you now. Thank you. That was such a
Aww.
moment. I'll never forget it.
You don't have to thank me. That was such a beautiful night. We had wall to wall people in that nightclub.
Yeah.
My bosses were so happy because they were making bank. They were making bank with so many people up in there.
Right.
Then they were the ones doing the free food and allowing us to use the stage. And I had 2 bartenders running that night. I had 4 waitresses going. That was the bomb.com
Oh my
fun night.
gosh. That was the best night ever. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Mm.
But back then, we how I ended up with 2 more jobs working for 2 different bars was the owner of another guy came in. I mean, the owner of another bar came in.
Mhm.
I hope he didn't own a guy.
For real. Oh my God. You didn't took me back. Stop. Away back. Away back. Away back.
Okay. Woo. So he came in. He said, "Hey, beautiful, why don't you come work for me?" And I was all like, "Where's your bar?" And he's all like, "I'm like down the street." And I was like, "Well, this is what my hours are here." He says, "I'll take any hours you can give me." And I was all like, "Good, here we go."
Right
So
on.
I got out to work there, and I went to work at his bar. And then at his bar, a guy who owned another bar down the street from him came in and asked me to go work for him. So that's
Oh,
how I ended up with 3 bar jobs,
wow.
7 days a week. But I had so much fun. I mean, I was 21. That's the
Right.
best time to have your fun is, you know, work that bar. You don't have to be, a drinker to work at a bar. You
No.
could just have a whole bunch of fun. Although I did have my drinks.
Okay, keep it real. That's what
Okay.
this is all about.
I I used to drink clear Bacardi with 7 Up.
Ooh.
And it just looked like I had a glass of 7 Up. Ooh, I
Oh.
had so much fun. I was dancing behind the bar. Woo.
Mm. She, if we want to call that dancing, but yeah, that's what she was doing.
That's what I was doing. So
That
that was a
sounds
lot
like
of fun.
fun.
Yeah, I had so much fun working for them. And then I had fun working for the university too. And I got to meet a lot of people. And I was at a really good age to work for them. I was in my 30s.
Hmm.
So it was a good age to meet those higher up and
Right.
to keep it well, you know what
Right.
I mean.
Right. 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 So,
If you don't, I don't either.
okay, well, it was a fun job. How about that? And then when I went to go visit you, girl, you was running everything. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, look at her. And then you got me a job there. Yes, folks. I worked there at that university, but I worked in the events and planning department or something like that. And ooh, now that was a fun job, because
Yeah.
we got to go to different places. They looked for folks to donate to the school, um, to help support like different things that was going on in the school or whatever,
Right.
to get funding
Right.
for this and funding for that, you know what I mean? So, but we always got invited to, like, let's say it was a restaurant they were trying to get, to help join in on the funding donation. They would always give us free food. We would always go to their restaurant and eat down there in Old Town Messia. That was fun, or wherever else, you know.
Yeah.
So, but that was a cool job.
Yeah. Yeah. That was cool. And it was fun being able to get off work and then we meet in the middle and be walking over to the car to go home.
But what I even liked is that me and my sister always took our breaks at the same time too. So we would
Yeah.
meet up and visit with one another. So, but I loved your
Yeah.
boss, girl. Your boss, Dr. Haran, he was awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. He was one of the best bosses I think as an adult.
Hmm.
So yeah. That was fun. And then our kids grew up together. They went to the same high school and the same middle school, so that was
Wow,
fun. Yeah.
that's awesome.
And then we went to the same church. So we had a lot in common. And I think that made a good
Rapport.
employee employer relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? What was your most funnest job?
Um, I think I want to say working for Managed Health Network, which is a subsidiary of HealthNet. So I liked it because there was always room for growth, and the people there were awesome. And don't get me wrong, I started off as an intake specialist, and it's a crisis center. So we had to take, incoming calls from people who were in crisis, maybe refer them to a doctor or get them a doctor immediately to talk to them to calm them down. But
Right.
I'd say it's the most funnest because of the people that you work with, and plus of what the company did for you. They did company, we'll just say picnics or, company lunches, so I mean, it was just a lot of good things about that company, and I wish that they didn't close that office, because
Yeah.
I'll probably still be there, but
Wow.
since they closed the office, it was like, okay. But I had a good 6.5 year run, so that was cool, plus they
Yeah.
gave me a good ass severance package, so that was awesome too.
Sounds like they were pretty good to their employees.
Yeah, yeah, they were, and you had good benefits, so. I liked Bank of America. That while I was working at MHN, I also worked at Bank of America. That's my second job, and I worked there at nights. So, but I worked in their customer service call center. So and that was pretty fun too. Because you get these people calling and they say, "I need you to check my account, whatever, blah blah," and you look at that account and you be like, "Ooh, y'all got some." It's like, wow. I mean, that was like motivation, innovation, all kinds of innovation for me. Like, I'm trying to make that kind of money too.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and you can't, do anything, like go do some research or whatever, or, hey, can I come work for you or whatever, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
because boy, that would be going against the grain. But you be wanting to, you be like, tell me your secret, you know.
Yeah.
But it was fun because the atmosphere, of the people that work there, it was a good environment. And plus, it was nighttime, so it was peaceful. It wasn't all crazy, and basically all I did was just answer calls. And if they needed a refund, gave it back or whatever, you know.
Right.
And I had an opportunity to grow even further. But I had been with MHN for so long, it was like, what's the point? Little did I know my
Right.
company office was going to close. So, and I wasn't going to do no drive further out to go to another office, even though I had that option. That would have
Right.
been like a 3 hour drive. I ain't doing that. Just to get to work? No. So that
Mm-mm.
wouldn't have benefited me.
No. 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 What's the furthest you have driven to work? I mean, what's the longest has taken you to get to a job?
I try to keep them close, but it's almost impossible in California because let's say they are close. You still got a lot of traffic to deal with. You know what I mean? So it don't feel close when you're in that traffic. But as far as the longest job, maybe both of my jobs were probably like maybe Transamerica was probably like 15 minutes away and MHN was probably like 20, 25 minutes away. But
Wow.
being that I was in traffic, it
Right.
probably took me about 35, 45 minutes to get to Transamerica. And it probably took me about 45, 65 minutes to get to, MHN. And
Uh,
that's just because of traffic.
yeah, my longest was when I lived there in Pasadena and worked in downtown LA.
You know
And
exactly what I mean.
yeah, it took me an hour and a half to get to my job because I took the bus and then I had to walk a block. So, and when you walk that block and it's still dark outside, you walk in that block as fast as you can.
Right, right, right. And I think I remember at one point in time, me and you, and then our cousin, her husband, at that time that was her boyfriend, but her husband, you know, was the one that we carpooled with.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, that was fun doing the carpooling, you know what I mean? Because then it was three of us, we all knew each other, we had to
right,
sit on the bus or whatever.
right. That
So,
made a difference. That did make a difference. But I just remember that drive, being stuck on the freeway on the 110. As soon as we would hit the 110, 5 minutes later, we're stuck in dead stop traffic.
wow.
Yeah. And that was at 6 in the morning.
Mm, mm, mm. I remember them days, girl, because I had to take the bus too for
Yeah.
quite at least about 3 months. I had to do that same little trip. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I know exactly what you mean.
When I got my car, when mom had gotten me that little red AMC car I had, and I drove to work, it broke down on the way to work. And
Mm.
my boss told my car to work, and then had someone pick it up, fix it, and then I was able to drive home.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah. Well, I was dating his son at the time.
Oh my gosh, girl, that's nice.
I don't
That is
think that
so
anyone
awesome.
he didn't want me to be all without a car.
Right.
But I made it to work.
I know that's right. Look, wasn't nothing gonna stop your money.
Uh-uh.
So, as
Okay,
far as
how
maybe
about I may be cutting off here in just a second. My computer is doing something funny.
okay, well then we'll be right back, folks. Okay, we're back. And look, this is what I was gonna talk to you about, and it'll probably end our show after this. But I can say I had a crazy job, but it was like fun. It was different. It was interesting, crazy. Okay. I worked for a landscape architectural company. I started off as an administrative assistant, and then I worked myself up to being a marketing coordinator. And what was fun about it is that um, I used to go out to different RFP meetings to where we might do, we could submit our bid to do their landscape, and that was at Warner Brothers. And I met Suzanne Summers from uh,
He's
Three's
company.
Company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her, because she was at a restaurant that we met at. And so that was kind of cool because we were at Warner Brothers and they gave us a tour going through there. And then I met, uh, I just met quite a few people. But so that was fun. So you got to leave the office and you got to go. The somewhat uncomfortable part was I was the only black person that worked in that company. But it wasn't uncomfortable because I never really looked at it like that until something happened. So
Right.
this is when I looked at it. The owner of the company uh, was giving a party for the mayor of Los Angeles. And I can't remember his name. at that time. So I think I was like 26 years old. I ain't gonna give you the year. Anyway, but
Last
but
year. Last year.
yeah, right there you go. Well, no, because then that would make me anyway. So, but cause remember I'm holding at 25, so I don't even know what happened there. I was 26, then I went to 25. Anyway, but I can't remember his name. But he was coming over for the party or whatever, and we had to decorate and stuff. So, and they have this big blueprint, kind of looks like a pool table, but it was a blueprint table, and that's all glass or whatever. And they were um, having us decorate or whatever the office so that everything could be festive. And I decided I want to step on the edge where it was hard, like a pool table, and lost my balance. Nobody was holding me to decorate something that was on top. And girl fell right through the table.
Mm, mm,
Oh my
mm.
gosh. I know she felt bad because she was like, wow, how can we give a party and this whole table is broken? You know what I mean? But I fell right through the table. So they had to pull me out the table, but check this out. You see where my hand is?
Yeah.
Picture that being a sharp piece of glass passing me up as I'm going
Oh
down.
my.
And so I
Wow.
could have just severed this vein right here, right? So, and then, but my knees, like I could show you my knees, but my knees was all jacked up. Look, they pulled me off the table. I'm sitting there, I'm in shock, and I really don't know what's going on. Remember how I say God works in miracle in wondrous ways. You know what I mean?
Right.
So uh I was basically in shock and I didn't feel no pain. But could you imagine this is your knee? I mean, yeah, your knees. That you have all this cottage cheese just hanging out. And then right where that line is, that's my bone. And you
Oh
can see
my God.
that.
Oh
I
my.
never once looked down. Like I said, I was in shock. But I'm going to tell you, I was on the phone and I was telling somebody what happened. And they said, I hear them saying that they're going to take you to General Hospital. Now, mind you, I'm close to Pasadena, Glendale, and you're going to take me through traffic to General Hospital. Now, this is after they called 911 and emergency came, and he said, we got to hurry up and get her to the hospital. Otherwise, if we don't, all that's going to set like that.
Right. Right.
Okay. So she'll have like a deformed knee or whatever. And once they told me what they said, because I could hear them saying this, but still I'm in shock.
Right.
But once I could hear them saying this, I was like, wow. But then one of the workers said, no, hell no. And I have to, man, I love that woman. She was Japanese. And she said, no, we around the corner from Glendale at Venice. We're going to take her over there. So
Good.
she said, they said, well, we're not going to pay for the emergency. She said, F it, I'll take her. So she rushed me over there. And I get there, and that's when they had to do x rays and stuff. That's when I felt the pain because they had to pull out all that glass out of
Oh.
that. They had to put all that skin back, sew it up, after they numb me or whatever. But that's when I felt the pain. They did a good job. My knees don't look that bad. But, and I wasn't going to do anything. But here's the crazy part. On the next day, I had an interview set up for Managed Health Network. Girl, believe it or not, I put a stocking on over my little thing, wore this long skirt to cover it, you know,
Right.
and walked in there like I wasn't in pain. And girl, I was in so much excruciating pain. It's not even funny. and got hired that same day
Oh my
and
God.
made $2 more than what I was making then. So,
Wow.
but that's how God works. But um, anyway, so that was like the craziest thing. Of course, things worked out the way that they were supposed to work out, Lord knows. But anyway, my second job was because I had just got hired. What is it? The Griffith Theater
Uh-huh.
out there in Hollywood.
Right.
I had just got hired at my second job. Actually, it was the third job, but it ended up being my second job, and I had to do a party for Alanis Morissette, and I was a
Oh,
hostess for her own personal party down in her little area, and that was fun. But I was in so much pain because it's an old Greek theater, so you had to go up these steep stairs just to go up, get the food, come back down, serve these people, so, and I did it like a trooper. I was in pain, but I did it, so.
wow.
But anyway, I
Amazing.
just want to tell you my little crazy things too. So,
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was amazing. That's amazing. You're a strong woman.
thank you. I try to be.
And goofy. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching our video and hanging out with us today. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a great one. Bye.
Peace.